Hi, Yellow 6 students. This is Mrs. Shomura-Takata again. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to add yourself to a Google class. And we've created a slideshow that you can also see, but I kind of want to just go over the slideshow with you. So I'm going to be sharing my screen right now. Hold on, let me get that going. Okay. So you're going to be getting this slideshow, how to add a Google Class 2020, and it is 5 slides. And so I'm gonna well, I guess I can't zoom in. So you can take a look at it at your leisure. But once you're into your MMS Google account, you will go to your Google waffle. The waffle is the 9 square dot waffle next to the circle with your initial. So I'm gonna show you mine. So if you look here, the waffle is right here in the upper right-hand corner. It's next to your circle. I think most of you will have like a letter, but this is the waffle there. And then you will click on that waffle, and when you click it, this will open up. So I've taken like a screenshot. So I will show you what that looks like. You will click on this, and then do you see how it opens up? And you can actually scroll down. The things I have might be a little bit different than yours, but for most of you, you will have a Gmail, you will have a Drive, you will have a Classroom, you'll have a Docs, Sheets, and things like that. So because we're talking about adding yourself to a Google Classroom, you're going to focus on this one, which is the Classroom. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the slideshow. So the second slide says you will notice the Gmail button, a Drive button, a Classroom button, and a Docs button. But I want you to click on the Classroom button. So it's that one that's there. And then when you click on it, something that looks like this will open up. Okay, so hold on, let me do that. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click on my Classroom. And you will see my Classroom has a bunch of classes. Yours will probably have none at the beginning. But if you notice, if you look at the upper left-hand corner, it says Google Classroom, and you look at the upper right-hand corner, it has your circle, and it has the waffle, and it has that plus sign. So what you're going to do is you are going to click on this plus sign, and when you click on it, it has 2 choices, join a class or create a class. Well, you're not going to create a class, so you will join a class, and you'll click on that. And when you do, another screen is going to come up that looks like this. Now it's going to say right in the middle, class code. And I'm going to show you where you will find your class code. But this is what you're going to be doing. So let me go back to the slideshow. Okay. So you clicked on that Google Classroom icon there. It opened up. It brought you to your home page, I guess you would call it. And then I want you to get your blue class schedule. Now, this next slide is a picture of your class schedule, what it looks like. Okay, so you should have gotten this in your back to school packet, and it has your name, and I've whited out this person's name and the SSID and everything. This counselor, everybody's counselor for yellow track is Miss Mel. Now, if you look here, I have all these white and color-coded things. Yours is all blue, but the white things tell you what it means. So if you look in this first column, period is basically, those are your first cores. The first 4 is core 1, core 2, core 3, core 4. So where you see a 1, that's actually your core 1. Where you see a 2, it's your core 2. Where you see a 3, it's your core 3. And where you see a 4, it's your core 4. Now, if you look across, this person's core 1 is going to be math. You see how the math is underlined? So this person's math is their core 1 class. And if you keep going across, their math teacher is Sasaki. Now, all the 6th grade teachers have different last names. So this should be pretty easy. This person's core 2 is social studies. The class is social studies, core 2. And the teacher is Kim. That's Mrs. Kim. This person's core 3 is science. So you see, it has a big word, interdisciplinary, but it's a science class. And so SCI stands for science, and their science teacher is Sasaki. If you look at core 4, their core 4 is language arts, and their teacher is Kim. So if you look at number 4 down here, it says, take a look at your schedule and type in your core class names. and the corresponding teacher's name. So this person, they would actually click in here and type in the class subject for core 1 would be math. So they would type in math. And then the teacher would be Sasaki. And it doesn't have to be capitalized or anything. You just kind of type it in. And then the core 2 would be social studies. And teacher is Kim. And then core 3 is science. And teacher is Sasaki. And then core 4 is language arts. I'm just going to put LA. And the teacher is Kim. Okay. So now you will know who your core 1 teacher is, who your core 2 teacher is, who your core 3 teacher is, and who your core 4 teacher is. Okay. So then you will go to the next slide. If you notice on this slide, there is that class and subject and teacher. It's the same information from the previous slide. But now if you look at this chart above, it tells you the class codes. So this first column is Mrs. Commas. So the person in my example would not choose any of these because these are all Mrs. Commas classes. And the second column is Miss Sogawa's. So they're not on Miss Sogawa or Miss Comma's team. But if you look at the third wider column and the fourth, it's Kim and Sasaki. So these are that student's teachers. So if you remember, this person's core 1 was Mr. Sasaki. So I'm just going to type in here Sasaki. And the Google class is, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. The Google class up here is core 1. We're going to go to look at core 1. And we're going to look across. The Google class code is 5URUSXF. Okay. Then the person's core 2 is Kim. So we'll write Kim here. And if you look, you have to look at Mrs. Kim's column and you have to look at her core 2. So Mrs. Kim, the second one, her code is 2DHARA6. So 2DHARA6. That's her Google code. This person's core 3 is Sasaki again. And if you look at Sasaki's core 3, got to kind of go back up. It's the third one down. It's this class code. So it's ZQNBITO. ZQNBITO. Okay. And then this person's core 4 is Kim again. And you have to look at Miss Kim's and you're going to look for her core 4 and hers is PVYSDPQ. Wow, that's a lot. PVYSDPQ. Okay. Now these are just random letters and numbers sometimes. Okay. And so the last one is a daily check-in. So if you will notice, Mrs. Comma is a language arts social studies teacher for one team. Mrs. Kim is a social studies teacher for another team. And I am a language arts social studies teacher for the third team. So you're going to look at Mrs. Kim's because this person has Mrs. Kim and Mr. Sasaki, and they're going to add that last code. So the daily check-in will be with Kim, and the code is 4WO6OHI. So you're going to need those codes, okay? Now, I'm going to go to the next slide. This next slide is, so now we are going to go back to your Google Class page. And that is this. And we did already most of this. So we did the click on the plus button, we clicked on the join class code, and then it asked for the class code. So now I'm here and it's asking for a class code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my page here. Oh, sorry. And I'm going to zoom in. And I'm going to add this first code here. So you'll type this in, 5URU, sorry, I gotta go back, SXF. SXF. Okay. Now you will then click join. Now I'm not going to click the join because I don't know if my account is allowed to, but you will click join and then that will add you to that class. Well, let's see. Maybe I will try. Is it going to let me? Is it going to let me? Is it going to let me? It let me. Okay. So this is what this class will look like. Okay. Now, you will do that for all of them again. So actually what I missed in that slideshow is the way you get back to that other page to add the class, you click on the 3 lines here and you go back to the classes with the home. And then you have the plus again. And then you will go and you will continue to add all the rest of these class codes. Okay. Now, if you make a mistake, what can happen is your teacher can move you out. The teachers will be looking at their classes. And if they notice that a student is in the wrong class, we'll move you out and let you know. Okay, so just letting you know, this is how you will do this. And so if you look at this last slide again, let me go back to here. You will want to do that for all 4 of your core classes and your daily check-in class. Okay, so again, I'm going to stop sharing. If you have questions, you can text your teachers on their Google Voice or call them. You can email them. You can message them on the Remind app. There's lots of ways you can get in touch with us. Okay, so just try to take things step by step. Don't stress yourself out, but we need to get you into these classes. Okay, so good luck with that. You can do it. And we'll see you later. Bye.